on your favourite game. You scored twice, but who scored the first goal of the match?
And Reid now sending Lineker into the path of Gary Lineker, and Grobbelaar saves, but not this time. And Everton are in the lead with Lineker.
The first goal in the game, Gary Lineker. First goal for Liverpool, Ian Rush.
Indeed. The season you were effectively on loan at Liverpool from Juventus before moving there, you scored how many goals for Liverpool in your first 21 games?
21 goals.
21 goals. 21 games, 21 goals. Brilliant. Fantastic. Listen, thank you very much for the memories and for taking us through your career. That was great, and it was great to relive some of your great moments and learn what it was like to be a striker when you were in your pomp. Thank you very much, Ian Rush.
You're welcome, Sam.
You've been listening to Upfront with Ian Rush on TalkSport, and if you missed any of the show or you just want to catch up, you can download the podcast from the TalkSport Game Day feed, available on Apple Podcasts, Acast and Spotify.
TalkSport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
You can choose what time you turn up to Trafalgar Square. You can even choose how close you are to the big screen. But you can't choose the gloriously unpredictable British weather. There goes the screen, your toupee, and any chance of watching England win. Enjoy 100% of the game at home with a Rustler's burger made with 100% British and Irish beef. Give yourself the chance to win the ultimate football party by bringing it home with Rustler's.
Right, kids, I need to stop at the BP. No messing about, let's get in and out.
Mom, can I have some Whatsits? And Cadbury Snowballs?
You know, if you buy those, you get 10p off every litre of fuel.
Oh, treats all round then.
Yeah!
Pick any two items like assorted snacks or Wild Bean Cafe hot drinks at your local BP for 10p off every litre of fuel. BP, here for all of life's journeys. T's and C's apply, subject to availability. Selected stores only. For more details, see bp.co.uk/latest offers.
I love Christmas carols and power tools. Listen to this. On the first day of Christmas, Ryobi gave to me a whole new starter kit and a power tool for free. Buy any Ryobi 1 Plus Christmas starter kit costing over $109.99, like a combi drill, torch, 2 2-amp-hour batteries and charger, and get another power tool totally free. Buy online at ryobitools.co.uk/Christmas or sledge into a participating retailer today. Terms and conditions apply. Ho, ho, ho!
Being a Sparky is great. I like solving problems and doing something different every day. But there's more to life than work, you know? I wanted to get out and do more on the weekend. That's why I moved to Western Australia. To spend some time on my new boat and build a life for myself. Search Build a Life in WA to learn more about a life in Western Australia. Authorised by the Government of Western Australia, Perth.
A Lamona oven and gas hob for just £99. It's another reason why Howdens is bang on the money.
Hang on, are you sure that's the price?
Yeah, script says oven and hob for £99.
Wow, that really is bang on the money.
And all Lamona appliances come with a 3-year guarantee. Plus, with everything supplied locally from stock, you'll get it fast too. So get to your local Howdens. Hurry, stocks are limited. Trade customers only. Price excludes VAT at 20%.
With the biggest range of cars to buy entirely online, it's no wonder everyone's cinching it. Talk us through it, Deck.
Yeah, I knew we were on track to bring it home, but for free? Didn't see that coming.
Luke.
Yeah, coming away with a 14-day money-back guarantee. Unbelievable.
Anything to add, Steve?
At the end of the day, the lads really cinched it. Perfect delivery with no unexpected charges. I'm ecstatic.
With so many great reasons to buy, the nation aren't just nailing it, they're cinching it. Comparison against equivalent retailers. Visit cinch.co.uk/range claim. Mileage and delivery restrictions and terms apply.
TalkSport 2. Traffic and travel.
On the M25 from Kent into Essex, it's down to 2 out of 4 lanes anti-clockwise, where alloy's broken down in one of the Dartford tunnels. It's taking an hour and a half in queues. That be on junction 3 for the M20. On the M25 in Buckinghamshire, 3 out of 4 lanes are closed clockwise after an accident between junctions 16 and 17. From the M40 to Maple Cross, taking over an hour in queues from junction 14 at Heathrow, anti-clockwise past the scene from junction 18 at Chorley Wood. And on the M62 on Merseyside, there's a lane closed eastbound with cars broken down at junction 7 at Rainhill Stoops, causing queues. I'm Russell Holding.
Fisherman's Blues with Nigel Botherway this Sunday morning from 6 on TalkSport 2.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm fishing to the beat. Nice one. And me the groove. And my chums are gonna try to soak your feet. Cause he is one to Nige and he'd like to say hello. How you doing? To the hake, to the carp, to the trout and the cod and the mackerel and minnow. Check it out, he's the FIS and the HER. The rest is FLY. You see, he goes by the code of the god of the rod, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, come rain or shine, he'll be deep in brine doing catch and release with a bivouac, a bobble hat, and his angling trusty fleece. He tackles riverbank news on Fisherman Blues from four corners of the aisle. How to cast a fly, what bait to buy, which waiters are in style. Oh yeah.
Turbocharged radio for men in wellies.
Fisherman's Blues with me, Nigel Botherway.
This Sunday morning from 6 on TalkSport 2.
TalkSport 2, the very best from the Middle East. World Cup Game Day live
on TalkSport 2.
Another day, another 4 live games across the TalkSport network from the Qatar World Cup. South Korea, Ghana, Brazil, Switzerland, Portugal, Uruguay, all to come later on today. But we start off the day in Group G. 2 teams looking for their first points of the World Cup. Cameroon against Serbia is live right here on TalkSport 2.
Choupo-Moting, brilliant goal from 20 yards out, right-footed into the top corner.
Mitrovic, left-hand side of the box, has to turn onto his right foot, gets a shot away, brilliant goal, Mitrovic. Charlison overhead kick, what a goal! One of the greatest in World Cup history, a magic moment, a moment never to be forgotten.
Shaqiri gets it across the face of goal, Bono for Switzerland.
It's going to bounce in the 6-yard area. It's going to be put in by Song Hyun-min.
Andre Ayew, the old stager, levels it for Ghana.
Suarez! Back in the side, back amongst the goals. Uruguay lead.
History! History for Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo. He becomes the first player to score at 5 World Cups. The World Cup bandwagon rolls on.
Yeah, welcome along to TalkSport 2, the first game of the day at the Al Janoub Stadium in Al Wakra. Cameroon and Serbia both beaten in their opening games. Can they bounce back? You get the feeling that they need a win here to keep their qualification hopes alive. Mark Wilson is alongside Mickey Gray, the former England man. Good morning, Mickey. We'll get the teams in a moment. Are you well?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you very much, and I'm very much enjoying this World Cup.
Yeah.
It's going over too quickly.
What are we going to do when there's not going to be 4 games a day? We'll worry about that. We'll worry about that later. Let's have a look then at the 2 teams. Both sides make 2 changes from those opening defeats. We'll start off with Cameroon. Rigobert Song changes his goalkeeper. Rumours that Mr. Onana has been dropped for disciplinary reasons. Davis Apase comes in goal. And in midfield, Pierre Koundé replaces Umjoué. So they go with Apase in goal. A back 4 of Faye, Castellato and Kulu and Tolo. It's Anguissa, Koundé and Hongler across the middle, with Mbumo, Choupo-Moting and Toko Ekambi up top. Dragan Stojkovic, he also makes 2 changes after their opening defeat to Brazil. Nemanja Miksemovic and Filip Kostic come in for Gudelj and Mladenovic. So they go with Milinkovic-Savic in goal. It's a back 3 of Milinkovic, Velkovic and Pavlovic. Zivkovic, Lukic, Maksimovic and Kostic across the middle, with Tadic and Milinkovic-Savic either side of that man, Aleksandar Mitrovic. Firstly, what do you make of the teams? Interesting, I mean, it is only speculation, but the goalkeeper for Cameroon left out. He's not in the squad for disciplinary reasons, we believe.
Yeah, maybe enjoying himself a little bit too much, Mark. You never really know until it fully comes out, but there's speculation there. They're obviously the manager of it, Song, he's turned around and said, look, I'm going to make changes. Well, he's made that change in goal, which is a bit of a surprise. It's not often you see that, but it's going to be interesting to see how Mpassi does in that goal for Cameroon today. Look, I thought they were quite impressive in the first half of the first game, but we're looking at 2 sides in front of us who are yet to score a goal. They're coming into this second game, and it's important that they can pick up 3 points. When you think about Brazil and Switzerland are going to be strong, they're going to be difficult to knock off those top 2 perches. So this is a really huge, important game for both sides today. And Mitrovic obviously wants to get his goal in the World Cup. And he's certainly going to be needing to be on his game today.
Yeah, he is indeed. Right, ahead of kick-off then, let's focus on our player to watch with EE.
The Player to Watch on TalkSport 2, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
Plenty of talent on show, quite a lot of it we've seen in the Premier League, Mickey, but who are you keeping an eye on today?
Well, I think that man I just mentioned, Alexander Mitrovic, we know that he's flying in the Premier League. He's had 2 fantastic seasons, and it's important for him. They've got to try and get him the service today, because if they're going to win this game today, Serbia, I think Mitrovic has to be the main man.
Yeah, and I mean his goal-scoring record for Serbia is outstanding, isn't it? Absolutely outstanding. It's 2 in 3, really, is his ratio, isn't it?
Well, was it 77 caps? I think 50 goals. I mean, it's absolutely sensational, isn't it? And you can see he's a real threat. He's a centre-half's nightmare. You think about the physicality, how good he is in the air, and that's why I talk about providing the service to somebody like Mitrovic. He's got to try and play in between the 2 18-yard lines, because when he starts to drift out wide, you lose the talent that he's got. So I think the wide players for Serbia have got to provide this service for him. And if he gets chances today, you'd expect him to score.
Yeah, that was our Player to Watch with the full fibre broadband powered by BT.
The Player to Watch on TalkSport 2, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
Interesting days of football ahead. Interesting game here as well to kick us off before the game. Let's get the latest odds then with 888 Sport.
Football form focus on TalkSport 2 with 888 Sport. Made to challenge, made to debate, made to play. 18 plus begambleaware.org.
Yeah, for this one then, Cameroon, the outsiders of the party, 43-10 for them. The draw, 14-5. Serbia are 7-10 to go on and win. So the odds with 888 Sport, Mickey, saying Serbia are the favourites. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, just about. Albeit, I was very impressed with Cameroon against Switzerland. I thought they were quite unfortunate not to get something from the game. Certainly in the first half, they played very well. But I think Mbeumo and Choupo-Moting have got to get themselves involved in the game as much as they possibly can. But yeah, you probably just tip Serbia, but it's in the balance.
Yeah, it is. And in terms of goals, are you expecting goals over 2.5 goals, 9-10, under 4-5?
That's not a bad shout.
It is goals.
I think you look at these two sides and they probably think to themselves, okay, we haven't scored, we didn't win our first game, we've got to try and take the game to the opposition. If they do that, I think it could be an open game, certainly after the first 10 or 15 minutes. And I think we're going to see some excitement in this one.
Yeah, well, we will find out. So the favourites then are Serbia. Now, those were the very latest odds. With 888 Sport, the odds were accurate as of 5 minutes ago. Gamble responsibly, 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Football form focus on TalkSport 2 with 888 Sport. Made to challenge, made to debate, made to play. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
So the atmosphere building up at the Al Janoub Stadium then ahead of kick-off. We await the two teams out. It is another huge day of sport across the TalkSport network. We're into Group H at lunchtime. South Korea take on Ghana at 1 o'clock. And then 4 o'clock, Brazil against Switzerland. The two teams in this group. Who knows, one of them could be qualified for the latter stages this afternoon. And we round off the evening with Portugal taking on Uruguay. All those three games are live on TalkSport. If you've got the app, you can swipe left and right. You won't miss any of the sporting action. Where do you think this game's going to be won and lost, Mickey?
Well, certainly in those forward areas, when you think about the talent that we've got in display. Tadic just in behind Mitrovic. They've got to try and get him on the ball so he can create, because we know he's a really talented football player. And as I mentioned before, I think in those wide areas, certainly for Serbia, they have to get this service into Mitrovic as much as they possibly can. Cameroon, on the other hand, I think Mbeumo has got to try and play a little bit closer to Mitrovic if he possibly can, because we know when he gets on the half turn, he's got blistering pace, he's got that wonderful left foot, and he's certainly got an eye for goal. But yeah, Choupo-Moting, I thought, struggled a little bit, so he's got to hold the ball up. But certainly those forward areas are vitally important this afternoon.
And for Cameroon, they've got an awful record recently. They've not qualified out of the group on their last 5 World Cups. They've lost 8 straight here, and if they lose today, it would equal Mexico's record as the most successive defeats at World Cups.
Yeah.
The African teams, by and large, though, have struggled, haven't they, at this World Cup?
Yeah, they have, which is a bit of a surprise. I think everybody looked at the temperature of some of the games, certainly the earlier games, and maybe thought that would be in their advantage, but it hasn't been the case. And I think the only people who are rubbing their hands together today are Mexico, because they're the ones with a record. They want Cameroon to break it. It's not a nice record to have.
No, it's not. It's a very disappointing one for them. They have got the threats, of course. Cameroon, the likes of Choupo-Moting and Mbeumo, as you mentioned. They've got threat, but just seem to struggle to score goals by and large at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a problem, hasn't it? Their record is no winning 5 at the moment. Obviously, the first defeat in the World Cup. And it's about creativity. Koundé coming into the side today, he's got creativity. But again, there's no point bringing these players into the starting 11 if you're not going to try and use them to their advantages. And I think that's what they have to do. They'll pack that midfield area, but they still, the same as Serbia, they've got to try and get the service up to those forward players.
Yeah, teams coming out onto the field then at the Al Janoub Stadium in Al Wakra, who will pick up their first points of the World Cup and give themselves a fighting chance to go through. Remember, Cameroon has still got to play Brazil in the final game, and Serbia will fancy their chances against Switzerland. The key, though, is making sure you're still in the competition come the close of today's play. So many twists and turns ahead, and we're only in the group stages and only in match day 2 of the group stages as well. All the action coming thick and fast, and if you like the real drama, Mickey, starts tomorrow, doesn't it? The concluding games of Groups A and B. It's all to play for.
Oh, it's going to be incredible, isn't it? I mean, we've got some fantastic games. We're all obviously looking forward to the Wales-England game tomorrow. It's just fantastic. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, let's get the national anthems then ahead of this one. The teams are out. Cameroon fans in, cheering their national anthem, and now it's a turn of Serbia. In that Serbian national anthem, great passion from all the players out there, and the World Cup future really is at stake today. Who do you think is going to come out on top, Nicky Grant?
Well, if Serbia are going to come out on top, they've got to have a shot on target, which is one thing that they never did against Brazil. So that's why I talk about the importance of getting the service up to Mitrovic. They have to start the game bright. Cameroon will know that they had no shots against Brazil, so that's certainly something that they will have worked on to try and shut them out as much as they possibly can. But the forward players of Cameroon are going to create opportunities. I just tipped Serbia in this game, just about, but I think this is going to be a really, really entertaining game.
Yeah, we'll run through the two teams there. We'll start off with Cameroon. Rigobert Song making those two changes, including Davis Apase, who comes in goal. It's the back four of Faye, Castelletto, Nkulu and Tolo, Hongla, Koundé and Anguissa across the middle, with Toko Ekambi and Mbumo either side of Choupo-Moting, who starts up top. And what about Serbia then? Milinkovic-Savic is the goalkeeper. Milinkovic, Velkovic and Pavlovic the back three. Zivkovic, Lukic and Maksimovic and Kostic across the middle. And it's Dusan Tadic and Milinkovic-Savic either side of Alexander Mitrovic, who starts up top. 77 games, 50 goals for him. And it was his goal in the 90th minute that beat Portugal to send Serbia through to this World Cup. And I think we've got to be realistic. If he does score today, there's every chance that they are going to beat Cameroon. So the two teams then just going through their final warm-ups here. The first of four, remember, across the TalkSport network. We're over to TalkSport. All the build-up to the 1 o'clock kick-off. South Korea against Ghana, followed at 4 by Brazil, Switzerland, and at 7 o'clock Portugal against Uruguay. And tonight, also keep you up to date as well with the FA Cup third round draw. Often we get that in the World Cup, Mickey.
No, I know. I was at Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. Really enjoyed that game, and it's nice to be a part of it. It is strange that they're overlapping either, but there's so much football these days. You know, we absolutely love it, whether it's the World Cup, whether it's the FA Cup, but the third round draw is always a special one.
It is, and don't forget as well, more live boxing on TalkSport. Saturday night we bring you live and exclusive radio commentary of Tyson Fury against Derek Chisora for the WBC heavyweight title. Adam Catterall and the gang will be live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for that trilogy fight. We can't wait for that one on Saturday night as we wait all the pre-match necessities to be got out of the way. I guess as a player, these are just moments you just wish were not there. You just want to get on with the game.
No, absolutely. All the preparation's done. You've said what you needed to say in the dressing room, all your preparation. You come out onto the field, and that's it. You just want to wait for that whistle and get on with the game. But another beautiful stadium, this one, Mark. It's not far from where England are actually staying, the Al Janoub. It's beautiful. It looks like a spaceship, but they're all just gorgeous. And what an occasion to play a game of football. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, it is indeed. Serbia in their white strip. It's the green and red of Cameroon with the yellow socks. We're about to get underway. The countdown on. Another healthy crowd for the opening game of the day as we get underway at the Al Janoub Stadium. And it is Serbia, all in white, who will just pass the ball around at the back, looking to get some early touches in as they work it out towards this near side and then look to go long. Mitrovic is eased off it in the air, and it's won by Cameroon. They'll go all the way back to their goalkeeper, and an early touch for Apase. I think Mitrovic has gone down holding his shin here. He fell heavily, and this is a real worry. Less than 30 seconds gone.
Yeah, it was just as he was laying that ball off there, Mitrovic, and as he lands, I mean, that's always sore. I mean, he's so far in the air. As he's landed there, you just hope that it's not his ankle that is twisted. It doesn't look that way. Maybe there's a little bit of contact as he just rises in the air there, Mark. But yes, this is a big worry because the star man already down in the first 30 seconds of the game.
And down, and he's getting treatment here. They are worried. That you can tell they're worried here, Mitrovic. He landed not quite a straight leg, but he seemed to jar his leg, didn't he?
Yeah. And early on in the game as well, look, he can do all the warm that you want to do, but as soon as that game kicks off, that's it. You're full at it, you're 100%. He's having a limp. I think he's going to be okay, which is great news for Serbia, but the last thing you need to see is Mitrovic limping around in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, he's not even had a touch yet, and he's hobbling off to the sideline. He's grimacing and just chatting along to the physio there, telling the manager, Dragan Stojkovic, what the problem is. Well, I think it'll take more than a bump or a bruise to keep him out of it, but it is a concern nevertheless. He's straight back on, but an early problem for Serbia.
Yeah, big cheers there from his home support. Absolutely fantastic. We want to see the star players out in the field for as long as we possibly can, and he's certainly one of them.
Yeah, a few injury concerns around as we get into the midst of the group stages here on TalkSport. Cameroon have got the ball, and Koundé, one of the two changes, gets it away, but they've given it away, and it's picked up by Lukic and then given away by Serbia, out for a throw, and a bit of a nervy start, I think.
Yeah, it is, and it's Serbia who are trying to play the ball from back to front early on in the game because of the pressure that Cameroon are putting on them in those backline positions. But when it does go into that midfield area, it's really compact. You've got to make sure your passing's right, but concentration's a big thing. Kostic this time just let the ball run underneath his foot. You've got to stay your eyes on the ball as much as you can until you've got it right and in control.
Long ball forward for Mitrovic, who looks to be moving a little bit more freely now, but the ball rolls away from him, and Davis Apase picks it up. He's got a purple goalkeeping strip on.
Big day for a mark, yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's only 6 capped. Rigobert Song has made the change. I'm sure the details will come out later on as to why he made that change, but the speculation is that it is a disciplinary matter, and that doesn't bode well, does it, for Cameroon on World Cup duty? They've not got a great record, as we said, 8 successive defeats. Can they put that right today? Well, they need to get hold of the ball at the moment. Serbia are trying to do that, but again, a little bit scrappy, a bit of head tennis, and a ball out for a throw into Serbia just over the halfway line.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit frantic at the moment, as if you know, in the back of your mind, you've got 2 sets of players who know the importance of getting a win on the board in this game. It hasn't really settled down, to be honest. It's very difficult to see where either side are going to try and break each other down because the ball's just been out of play. It's been a little bit sloppy at times.
Yeah, throwing for Cameroon down in their left back area. It will be Nu Tolo who takes it. Just taking his time as he looks to get the ball back in play. 4 gone already here on TalkSport 2, 0-0 if you just switched on. Cameroon against Serbia, the first of 4. As Cameroon flick the ball up towards halfway, and Mbeumo can't control it, and it's taken away by Kostic over on the halfway line. He's over left-hand side, will just lay it back, and Serbia once again will just go back to their goalkeeper Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, and he plays it out, and again a bit of loose control over on the far side. It was Pavlovic who was a little bit fortunate there, Mickey.
2 sides still asleep. I mean, so many mistakes early on in the game, and there's another.
They've given it away here, and there's a chance now for Tolo Ekambi. Lays it to the edge of the area, and they just wanted too long on it, Cameroon. And Serbia now will break away up towards the halfway line, looking to play the through ball. There were 3 white shirts converging on goal, but they couldn't find the pass. It's through to Apase.
Well, look, we've got 2 sides in front of us now, and they need to wake up. I know it's midday, but they've had plenty of time. The preparation's all done. The last thing you need to do is keep giving the ball away early on in the game.
Yeah, it was the goalkeeper Milinkovic-Savic who just played out the pass. It was a poor pass, and again Serbia looked so ponderous in front of their own goal. It seemed risky having the ball there at all at the moment.
It's as if they're trying to slow the game down, Mark, because Cameroon are obviously on the front foot. There's a high press, but now they're just starting to go through the gears.
Here's Zivkovic, cuts in from the right hand side, squares it centre field. A chance now to try and progress the ball further to goal. As Serbia have it down the right, put the cross in towards Mitrovic, gets the header on it, but it loops harmlessly over the top. It was always a tough one. There was no pace on the ball in. Still 0-0.
Yeah, well, it's better. They still haven't hit the target, but that's the type of service that Mitrovic wants. A little bit lower. He's getting between the centre half and the full back. Good play from Serbia over on this right hand side. It's a little bit floaty, but sometimes it doesn't really matter for somebody with a quality that Mitrovic has got in the air. Just can't get high enough to keep underneath that crossbar. But better signs from Serbia, getting the balls into good areas.
Yeah, they are indeed. 0-0, 6 gone here. Ball inside the Cameroon half again, but headed away by Koundé. And now Serbia will pick it up. They'll go back with Milinkovic too. Milinkovic-Savic who has it. He's all in black. He's even got the leggings on as well. He's in the sunshine. He must be quite warm.
It might be a mistake that as his first half goes on, Mark.
Yeah, he's cleared it up towards the halfway line again. It bounces over the top of Nkulu and out for a throw-in inside the Cameroon half. Well, they bring plenty of colour to the World Cup, the African nations, but they've not brought too many positive results. Can Cameroon change that today?
They love it. Supporters, absolutely brilliant. Going to enjoying themselves, which is great to see.
There's some pressure on at the other end on Apase, does well. 2 white shirts close him down, clears it up towards halfway. Ball picked up there by Milinkovic-Savic, and he can't keep it in. It's out for a throw into Cameroon.
Well, I have to say, Mark, I don't think it was the start of the game I expected to see. You want to try and control the game as quick as you possibly can. You want to get yourself settled down into the game, but it's been littered with mistakes from either side. Cameroon give themselves one opportunity, edge of the 18-yard area, but it's all coming from Serbia giving the ball away, and you can see what Serbia are trying to do. They're trying to catch them on the break, to use the pace out wide and get that service up to Mitrovic. They look a lot better when they go through the gears.
Yeah, they do indeed. Here's Brian Mbouma on the far side touchline, gets it back to halfway, and then they try and play him in behind, but the ball will just skip away and through harmlessly to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, the Serbian goalkeeper. 8 gone, still 0-0.
Waymo just trying to get in behind Serbia, try to use that pace, the little give and go. It's going to be important today to make those 2v1 situations out wide. When you get that opportunity to get that ball in the box, do not let your forward players down.
No. Serbia again trying to play their way out from the back, and Cameroon sensing a bit of an opportunity come forward, and they almost nicked it away, but Serbia have got the job done. Now they go down that left-hand side. Kostic gets it away. Milinkovic-Savic looks to put in an early ball. It's deep. May keep it in at the far post. They do. And they'll keep it in here with Zivkovic. He puts the ball back into the box. It's headed away by Cameroon, and the ball back on halfway. But they are showing Serbia when they get it wide, they're looking to get the ball in early.
Yeah, well, they got a bit of good fortune, because the first ball into the area, Milinkovic-Savic, was a little bit poor. The second one that came in was a lot better. It's got pace on it, gives centre forwards the opportunity to try and react to it. Mitrovic there nearly getting his head on it, but again still in a better position. You can see trying to get that ball in the box, but when it does come in, we want to see better quality.
Yeah, ball now working its way forward down the left, hacked away by Cameroon. They'll pick it up with Toko Ekambi on the near side. Sliding challenge comes in, and it came off the I thought that came off the Cameroon man, and I think Serbia did as well, but it's a throw into Cameroon just on halfway. Milinkovic is not happy with that, and I think he had a point there.
Yeah, a little bit frustrated there. We've seen it in certain games, haven't we, in this World Cup? The officials getting little things wrong, corners.
Yeah, well, here now the ball picked up by Zivkovic. He advances down the right-hand side of the field, and now it's with Mitrovic, corner of the area, give and go. Mitrovic just takes him wide. That defender slides in, he might have a chance of a shot. Here it goes, hits the post. Left-footed curling shot from Mitrovic. The keeper was beaten, it hit the post and bounced to safety. Serbia wanted a free kick edge of the area. They're not going to get one, but they've picked it up on the far side here, and the shot blazed in by Kostic. It's way over the top at 10 minutes gone, and that's the first real chance, and it fell to Mitrovic, but he hit the frame of the goal.
Well, that certainly woke everybody up. Great play from Mitrovic. I thought his chance had gone because his first touch was poor, but brilliant play. Looked like he was going to cross it, chopped it back onto his left foot, and he just gets a little bit of curl on it. He's got enough pace on, he's beat the keeper. Fortunately for him, it's just hit the outside of the post. Great effort. They're starting to get closer to that first goal of the World Cup.
Yeah, and Kulu came flying in, and because he was at a wide angle, it allowed him to cut back onto his left foot. And once he hit it, you thought it's going in. It hit the post and bounced away. Still 0-0.
Yeah, well, he's the threat. Mitrovic, there's no question about that. They have to try and get him on the ball as much as they possibly can. A man full of confidence at the moment, whether it's in the air with his head, his right foot, this one falling to his weaker left foot, but it was still a super strike.
It was. So Mitrovic hits the post, nearest we've come to a goal, and just signs that Serbia are starting to warm to their task here. They're certainly looking to attack down the flanks at every opportunity, but they've given away a free kick here, and a chance now for Cameroon just to take a moment and clear their lines. I think it's Honglu who's been caught over on the far side.
Yeah, just Honglu there, got to ground, got a little bit of contact on his ankle there, could have actually carried on, so you have to say there's no malice in it, but there is a coming together, and it's a twist of the ankle. Unfortunate coming together.
Yeah, I think he just stood on the Serbian just stood on the back of his foot. I think it was Kostic, wasn't it, who just caught him on the back of the ankle. Be a sore on that, but should be okay to carry on.
It's these boots these days, Mark, they're all made of paper. There's no protection really, is there, to be honest with you? different to my day, let me tell you. I would have loved to have wore them. They always used to say heavy boots, used to tie you at the end of a game, but now they can have no excuses.
No. Song on the sideline. Just a little bit worried here. I don't think he's going to have to come off, Martin Hongler, but he's getting a bit of treatment. He did get caught on the back of his ankle, but looks like he's going to be okay to carry on. Still 0-0 then. For Hongler, the 24-year-old, plays for Hellas Verona in Italy. And another bit of stoppage play, and they're just showing the replay of the Mitrovic chance, and really, and Kulu diving in made his mind up, didn't he? And he set himself, and when he hits it, it's an inch away from going in.
It's fantastic. It's a great chance. Mitrovic showing his quality there. As a defender, the only thing you can do, you can try and stop the cross. If you haven't got your body position in the right place, you've got to try and dive in. Mitrovic knew that was going to come in, the challenge. He's chopped it back onto his left foot, and it's a super strike.
We are back underway. Hongler still receiving treatment over on the far touchline as the ball played forward by Cameroon. But again, they can't bring it under their control, and it's on the halfway line, and a strong challenge goes in there on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and he's brought down just over the halfway line, and he now is feeling his right ankle as well. It's been a bit of a stop-start game so far.
Yeah, that's 3 or 4, isn't it? All seem to be around that ankle area as well. First one being Mitrovic when he jumped in the air. Just landed a little bit funny.
Yeah.
But Milinkovic-Savic this time, he's back on his feet, back underway, so thankfully Serbia, he's okay.
Yeah, Cameroon's still down to 10 at the moment. Hongler is getting treatment over on that far side. He's getting some running repairs. He'll be back on shortly. They'll need him on shortly as well as the ball through to Ipasse. And Cameroon have it. 14 gone 0-0.
Well, not the start of the game I think we expected. You always think that Serbia are going to maybe sit in and soak up a little bit of pressure, but because they kept giving the ball away, it was scrappy. They give Cameroon the opportunity to win the ball up high. Not really done anything with it yet. Don't think we've really mentioned Choupo-Moting's name actually in the first 14-15 minutes of this game, Mark. He's got to try and grow into it a little bit more if Cameroon are going to be successful in this game. Serbia's definitely had the better opportunities.
Yeah, another player down this time, Karl Toko Ekambi. Just got a bang on the back of the head there. I think he did. It was a forearm, wasn't it, in the back of the head, as they try to get up high in the midfield there, Serbia. He just got one on the back of the head. He's going to be okay to carry on.
Well, that'll certainly wake you up, won't it?
Yeah, forearm smashed to the back of the head, but he's okay, and they carry on, and Cameroon have it. They'll build from the free kick, just passing it around, just over the halfway line. They try and feed it in. Nice little flick there. The first time shot comes in, and Kulu it was. He laid off the ball. It came straight back to him, 25 yards out, and he had a bit of a swing at that, and he's put it way over the top. But you've got to admire the bravery to take the shot on there.
A little bit rushed, wasn't it? I think with his left foot, as the ball comes to him there, he could have had the opportunity of having a first touch just to settle him down a little bit, but never know if he thinks he might going to get closed down there. Just try to get his strike away. But it's better from Cameroon. Higher up the pitch, getting into better areas.
First of 4 today. Coming up at 1 o'clock, South Korea, Ghana. Brazil, Switzerland at 4. Portugal, Uruguay rounds off the night. And then tomorrow night, we're into the final round of group games. You'll hear England against Wales live on TalkSport tomorrow evening, of course. A game that promises to be must-win for Wales. It's the ball out wide on the Serbian left-hand side, level with the edge of the Cameroon penalty area. They've won a throw-in over on that far side. Well, taken quickly. They're trying to roll in behind. Will it reach Mitrovic? It won't. The clearance might bounce to Mitrovic down. He's put it wide from 10 yards out. Well, Cameroon went to clear the ball. It hit a Cameroon defender. It fell straight at the right boot of Aleksandar Mitrovic, and he lashed it just to the side of the goal. Still 0-0.
Oh, what a chance. What a chance for Mitrovic. Cameroon all over the place at the back. I initially thought the ball had gone out for a goal kick. Referee carries on, but they're all over the place trying to clear the lines, and the last person you want this ball to land to is Mitrovic, right next to the penalty spot. Hands on head, half volley, tries to play it in the bottom corner. Just wonder whether he might have been better just side-footing that one, Mark. It was rushed, of course, but a man with his form and goal-scoring record of late, who expected the ball just to nestle into the back of the net. What a chance.
Yeah. Or you just wonder if he should have just blasted it, because the keeper probably isn't, unless it's straight at him, he's not saving that, is he? But he tried to put it in the corner, he's pulled it wide, and Dragan Stojkovic looks on, a player who's got plenty of World Cup experience himself as a player, now as coach. We're hoping that his side can get out of the group stages, but they probably will need a win here today. Cameroon come forward, their right hand side, a rare foray forward for them. They've got it over on the far side. Can they work across? They will. It's whipped in, dangerous ball, goes all the way through the 6-yard box and nobody on the end of it. That was a good ball in, but it's behind for a goal kick.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. This is better play from Cameroon, being direct, whipping that ball into the area. I mean, it's a centre forward's dream, isn't it? Mbeumo over on that right hand side, we know he's got the quality, it's got pace, it's dipping just outside of the 6-yard area. Where's your centre forwards? That is meat and drink for anybody just to get any contact on that, and that finds its way into the back of the net.
18 gone, and Cameroon just serving notice that they too are a threat when they get the ball forward. Still awaiting the first goal of the day. Cameroon have it on halfway. Mbeumo. Now the ball over the top. They're trying to get in behind, and Cameroon have got it down the right side. They're going to lash it towards goal, and it's beaten away. Good save in the end from Milinkovic-Savic, but that was better. Direct stuff from Cameroon, and it was Koundé down the right hand side. Really tight angle, but he's made the keeper work hard.
Yeah, he's done brilliantly. The angle was very tight, but he just tried to get it on the volley. He's got a lot of dip on it. Great play from Koundé in the starting 11 today. And then all you have to do in that position, make the goalkeeper make a save. Well, he's certainly done that.
Very patient as he waited for that ball to sit right for him, and he hit it on the volley. Mitrovic is in deep conversation with the official. Not happy about something, Mitrovic, but then again, he rarely is happy about anything as he goes back into his own 6-yard box. Plenty of Serbian defenders back. Ball works out wide. Here's Koundé again. He's going to hit one. Low from the edge of the area, bouncing around in the area. And Serbia should clear it away, and they'll be helped by a free kick over on the far side as a Cameroon defender comes flying in, and that's a free kick to Serbia.
Yeah, it was a bit bizarre that from Koundé after his wonderful strike on the volley. 30 seconds after, they try and work the corner over on that right hand side, but it was such a tight angle. The way he was trying to strike the ball, he should have just dinked it towards the back stick. Cameroon had 3-4 players just waiting for that little floater ball into the area. Took the strike on the second occasion, got it completely wrong.
Yeah, so many white shirts back in and around the goal mouth as well for that corner. You just wonder if it might have been better putting it into the mix and seeing what came out, but they didn't. And it's still 0-0, 20 minutes gone on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson with the former England man Mickey Gray. As now Serbia drive through the midfield area, they work it out wide to Zivkovic, level with the edge of the area, plays in a nice pass, and it's nicked away at the near post, and Kulu was there to put it behind for a corner for Serbia, but that was better. It was Maksimovic who just couldn't quite get his foot around it and put it into the area.
Well, it's such an open game now, isn't it? Just waiting for a bit of quality. Maksimovic there does ever so well. It's a nice move from Serbia. Defensively, these two sides look very, very shakeable.
Yeah, they do indeed. I think the officials are just having a problem with his communication equipment at the moment, so he's just having that sorted on the near side. Also important these days, of course, with the fourth official and VAR, etc., that equipment works. They'll get that fixed up, I'm sure. It is 0-0 if you've just joined us. Mitrovic hit the post early on, and we've just seen Koundé force a good save out of Milinkovic-Savic as well. Don't forget, TalkSport Breakfast returns 6 a.m. tomorrow morning as Laura Woods is joined by Ali McCoy to look at all the day's action and preview the games coming up as well from the World Cup in Qatar. And now we are ready. Referee blows his whistle, and again he's having a word with Mitrovic.
I think he's going to be busy, this referee, isn't he, this afternoon?
Yes, he's also speaking to Jean-Charles Castelletto as well, just telling him to keep it neat and tidy. VAR is watching as we await the corner to come in. Here it is, whipped in, left footed to the far post. There are bodies on the ground, but In fairness to Davis Apase, he comes and collects nicely. He's not had much to do, but he looks quite assured. The goalkeeper who's been propelled into the action. I don't think he'll have been expecting to play today.
No, absolutely not. And it's always nice if you've not been involved in the first game. Apase getting an early touch of the ball. Well, he's had 2 or 3 now. And he's been quite fortunate on one occasion. Did actually look like he had that shot from Mitrovic covered at the far post. He looked as if he was going to stretch across. If it was curling inside of the post, it looked like he would have got fingers to it. But yeah, he's had a decent start to the game.
There's another clash here, and this time it's Anguissa who's deemed to have fouled Milinkovic-Savic. Both players went down protesting. The referee stops play again. It has been a little bit stop-start, and you get the feeling that maybe suits Cameroon more than it does Serbia at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Mark. You can see that Cameroon need to try and get the ball a little bit forward a lot quicker, because Serbia is starting to do that themselves, counter-attacking football when they win the ball. I said that because that midfield area is so compact, you've got to try and get it into those wide areas.
Well, there's a decision to be made here. There's a yellow card going to be shown to a Cameroon defender. How many times do you see this? The ball's played in behind Cameroon's defence. They're just trying to watch the ball out. It's Nicholas Nkulu, and he's been deemed that he has struck, I think it's Zivkovic, and the referee has given a free kick right on the goal line. I mean, how many times do you have a look at this again? He's handing him off. I'm not sure that's a free kick, Mickey Gray, is it?
Well, if I'm a defender, I'm making myself as big as I possibly can if I'm Nkulu, so I don't think he's done anything wrong there. He's shielding the ball. Yes, he's got his arms up a little bit high, but there's always going to be contact in those certain situations. And I think when you look at Zivkovic, the way that he goes to ground, I have to say, I think that's a soft yellow card.
I think that's very harsh, but it's a great opportunity here. Dusan Tadic has stood over it. It's like a short corner, if you like. It's probably 3 yards away from the right-hand side of the 18-yard box. It's a yard in from the goal line. They're going to try and whip this one in towards the far post, and in the end there's too much on it, and there were 5 Serbians in the penalty area, and they all throw their arms up in the air as if to say, what was that?
Yeah, so I think sometimes, Mark, you can win free kicks like Serbia have just done there, and it's sometimes a little bit too close to the 18-yard box. He's tried to dink it towards the back stick, where I think he's probably better at maybe just surrounding the edge of the 18-yard box, trying to play that pull back. But it looked like all the Serbian players had made their way into that 6-yard area waiting for a better ball, and it never came.
Well, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic has just done well there. He's charged down Collins Fye's clearance, and it's one of throwing over on the far side, level with the edge of the area. Serbia trying to work it in here. Chance now for Kostic, pulls it back. It's cleared away by Castelletto. Comes back into the edge of the area. Cameroon get it up towards halfway. And Bumo went down, and he's gone down courtesy of a foul, and he'll win his side a free kick. He's done well there, because there was not a lot on for Cameroon there.
Yeah, well, he's very clever at that, Bumo, waiting for the challenge to come in. But just watching the early stage of this game, 25-26 minutes into it, you can see there's going to be goals in it, Mark. There's too many mistakes, there's too many gaps, certainly behind this back line of Cameroon. Serbia look like they've settled into it a little bit now. A couple of half opportunities. Cameroon, they've got to try and just shore things up a little bit, make mistakes, but that back line looks like it's all over the place, and if you're a centre forward, it's your dream, because you know that there's going to be chances there for you.
Yeah, just waiting that one bit of quality from either side to open the deadlock here. 0-0 at the moment, 26 gone, ball in the Serbian half. Cameroon are closing down, and they force Milinkovic-Savic to go long, and that's not a bad tactic, because they've picked the ball up high up the field here, and Zivkovic drives forward, gets it away to Tadic, right hand side of the area. He played it in, and well, it was let slip there. There was a chance, but they've got it back with Kostic wide on the left, trying to win a corner here. The ball rolls out, though. It's going to be a goal kick. Cameroon in the end defended that well, but the long ball forward opened up the Cameroon defence.
It was clever. Mitrovic, the centre forward, being very wise there. The ball was there. He just let it run over the top of his head. Never really even made the challenge. You can see after that, all the Serbian players breaking down on the right-hand side. And as you mentioned there, it's just down to that final ball into the box. If they've got quality, you know that there's going to be chances there for this forward line of Serbia.
Yeah, a bit more running repairs being administered. Choupo-Moting just getting some treatment on the near side. Still 0-0 if you just joined us here on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson with a former Sunderland and England man, Mickey Gray, for game 1 of 4 across the TalkSport network. As the ball played back to the goalkeeper by Serbia from the halfway line. It's gone behind for a corner. Zivkovic there. Too much weight on the pass. And Cameroon here have got a free roll at the corner.
Well, it's so bizarre. I mean, we're talking about the mistakes. You cannot do that. Zivkovic, poor play, trying to initially play it back to his fullback. He wasn't going to get to it. Then Milinkovic-Savic comes across the goalkeeper to try and keep the ball in play. It's got too much pace on it. Imagine how he's thinking now. Cameroon just about to take the corner.
Corner. Everybody back again in and around the 6-yard box for Serbia. But it's Cameroon who are going to whip the ball in. Flicked on, and it's a chance! And it's turned in! At the far post, Castelletto it is! Touches it home! Cameroon have a goal! Cameroon leads Serbia! It's Cameroon 1, Serbia 0!
Well, you keep making mistakes at the back, giving the ball away and giving the advantage to the side that you're playing against. They will capitalise on it. Super ball into the area. Castelletto with the final touch from a yard out. He's not going to miss from there. But it's a brilliant ball into the box. Flicked on at the near post. Castelletto, unmarked. Right foot. Just knocks that one into the back of the net. Well, there's a turn up for the Bucks because Serbia found themselves certainly on top with the opportunities, but he's not going to get a better chance to score a goal in the World Cup. It's a brilliant finish, but you see as that ball comes into the area there, Mark, free as a bird, Serbian defenders switching off.
Well, the flick on at the near post has taken out 5 Serbian defenders. Castelletto was onside, and what a way to get your first ever international goal, a yard out. He literally couldn't miss.
Yeah, no, absolutely, he's not going to miss. We're seeing Rigobert's song now, delighted that his side have taken the lead.
Well, it was a great ball in. It was Nkulu who flicked it on. The two centre-halves linking up, and it all came about from that stupid corner that they gave away under no pressure at all.
No, absolutely, you're completely right, Mark. We've seen so many mistakes, but you cannot give the advantage to who you're playing against by just playing the ball out, giving a corner. Said you keep making mistakes, you will get punished, and that's been the case.
Yeah, the VAR was just checking that momentarily, but the goal is given. Half an hour gone. It's Cameroon who leads Serbia by 1-0. And all the Mexicans who were hoping that their record number of World Cup defeats was going to be equalled by Cameroon today will, well, maybe have to wait another 4 years or so for that. But Cameroon lead. One bit of quality. Great ball in, great flick on. And it's touched home at the far post. And Cameroon are coming forward again here. And they're going to try and work it down the right-hand side. Over on the far side, they've got it. And Guisa gives over possession. Now can Serbia break? No, they can't. They've given it away on the halfway line, and Cameroon have just upped it a little bit in the last few minutes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Confidence has flown through the veins now after that goal.
Referee, though, plays a good advantage here as they work themselves forward. Pavlovic down the left for Serbia. Great ball into the box, but Tadic couldn't get on the end of it. Well, there was a crunching foul went on. The referee played advantage. Here's Kostic now. He puts in a cross. The referee's blown the whistle. I think he said that there's been a foul in the penalty area, and it's Nkulu who's been taken down. He's rolling around in agony on the edge of his own 6-yard box. I'm not sure who it was that caught it, but it's a free kick for Cameroon.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that, Mark. I don't know where the contact's come. I mean, Nkulu's obviously hurt. He's down on the ground. But it all came again from, this time, Cameroon giving the ball away down that left-hand side. Kostic, give him half a yard. He's going to put the ball into the area. Yes, there's contact, but enough to keep him down.
I think he gets a knee in the midriff. I think he's taking a standing count or a sitting count there. That one hurt. We're just hearing that Christian Basagog, the substitute, may have been booked. I don't know if he was involved in the celebration or something that happened, but he's got a big smile on his face, but he's got a yellow card against his name.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that's come from the Nkulu situation, whether he was warming up as a substitute. He's got himself involved in what was happening.
Maybe. It is 1-0 though to Cameroon. And here now goes Zivkovic, who's starting to see a lot of the ball on the right-hand side. Tadic pops up on the right-hand side, looks to float the ball into the penalty spot. Keeper comes, spills it, but gathers at the second attempt. He palmed it away from Mitrovic. And Epasse was quick to react and gathers it on the edge of his 18-yard box.
Yeah. Second clutch up there, Epasse there. Probably had a look just over his right shoulder, seeing it was Mitrovic that was coming in to challenge him. But again, it's that ball into the box, isn't it? It's just got too much float on it. Doesn't really give Mitrovic the opportunity to go and advance and get his power on the back of that head.
Anguissa picks the ball up, gets it away on this near side to Toko Ekambi. Back to Anguissa, looking to exchange passes. Cameroon looking dangerous, and they spread it out wide on the right. They can, and there's a chance here for Mbumo. Got an attacker overlapping on his right hand side, couldn't quite find him. That was a chance there to get Collins Faye in, but the pass just overhit and it's cleared away by Serbia, who are just hanging on at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic move from Cameroon, working the ball left to right. And Mbumo again looking for Faye. Just as he tries that little reverse pass, he just gives Serbia the opportunity. Milinkovic-Savic this time coming back, making a wonderful challenge. But he shouldn't have really been in the position to make that challenge. The ball had to be better from Mbumo.
Yeah, he sold him out short there, didn't he? And Faye's had a bit of an awkward fall as he went to the ground. He was trying to actually avoid the Serbian defender, and he's just overstretched himself, and he's getting treatment. I think this is one of those halves where we will get quite a lot of added on time, and justifiably so. There's been several physio interventions in this first half. 34 on the clock. We've just seen the goal again. This is all about the flick on here. Kulu, I think it was, got the flick on at the far post. I think he was just going wide. He had every right to tuck it in. He couldn't believe his luck, could he? Castelletto with a goal. His first for Cameroon, and what a stage to get it on. Cameroon leads Serbia by a goal to nil.
And if you see it, Mark, from a defensive point of view, it's Veljkovic who was actually marking Castelletto. When that ball comes into the area, he's expecting his defenders to clear his lines. It doesn't happen. You have to stay switched on.
Ball into the area here. Again, Serbia allowing it to bounce on the edge of their own 6-yard box. This time they will clear it away. And now they're looking to break here, and there could be a chance to break, but Nkulu is over. And nice and calmly just gets himself out of trouble. And Cameroon play their way up towards the halfway line. Looking for the crossfield switch. Ball ricochets in the air. And Mbumo wins it. And now Choupo-Moting gets it out wide here for Toko Ekambi. He's down this left-hand side. He's waiting for reinforcements to arrive. He'll go back to Kunde, who gets it away. The Hongla. And now back out wide on the right. And Mbumo, who's always keen to cut back onto that left foot if he can, goes back towards the middle of the Serbian half, and they're playing keep ball here. But Cameroon on the back of that goal, looking nice and confident now. Different side to them we're seeing at the moment. They're being patient in possession, and they're going to win the ball high up. That looked like handball. Referee will play advantage. Faye puts in a deep cross, too deep in fact, all the way out for a throw in near side. But that was patient. It was good build-up.
Yeah, it's nice football. You can certainly see that goal settled Cameroon down. They're playing some wonderful football through those midfield areas, and Mbumo, they're trying to get him on the ball as much as they possibly can. But what you want is an overlapping fullback, and they've certainly got that with Faye. Just this time, as he tried to wrap his foot around it to put it into the area, he gets that one a little bit wrong. But the other side, who have certainly settled down, the goal has done that for them. You can imagine if they get that second goal as well, Mark. Well, what that happens there is then Serbia have to come out a little bit more, which will then create opportunities and gaps for Cameroon to capitalise on.
Well, there's been signs when Serbia have got the ball forward quickly. They're more or less going man for man, aren't they, the back Cameroon? They're almost taking a risk there.
Yeah. And Nkulu defended very well. They're trying to play that ball over the top, but what you want is your centre-half sweeping behind your full-backs. They've done that ever so well. Certainly the last few minutes. Looks as if he's composed on the ball as well.
Mitrovic wins a throw-in. Ball now with Serbia down this right-hand side. Long throw-in taken on the chest by Tadic, down by the corner flag. Waits here for Zivkovic. Zivkovic feeds it infield. Now they'll have it centre of the half, and it's with Pavlovic. He's giving it away. Now can Cameroon break into the gap behind him? And Choupo-Moting is racing down the right-hand side. Cuts back infield. They'll maintained possession, but then a great tackle from Sergei Milinkovic-Savic breaks things up, and now that may be a free kick. No, it's a throw-in over on the far side, and Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, he's got some good tackles in, hasn't he? Down that,
but he's had to do it. He's had to do it. Choupo-Moting on this occasion, coming back into his own half, winning the ball back for his side, and then he bursts down that right-hand side, tries the little give and go with Mbeumo, doesn't quite come off. You can see the Serbian side starting to panic a little bit, and again giving the ball away. They've made so many mistakes at the back and in that midfield area. They have to try and tighten that up.
Well, it's uncharted territory, this, for Cameroon. It's the first time they've led in a World Cup game since 2010. And they might not be leading for much longer here, because there's a chance for Tadic. Squares it. He could maybe have had a shot himself there. Lays it back. Ball's 25 yards out from goal. Here now is Mitrovic. Looks to feed it in for the give and go. Cameroon clear it away, but they were opened up there, Cameroon. And Tadic was very unselfish.
Tadic has got to do better. He had that half a yard. He could have got his strike away. Unselfishly tried to play the ball back towards the penalty area.
Here comes Serbia again, looking for a leveller. Just a note back to that 2010 game, and Cameroon led Denmark by a 0-0. Samuel Eto'o scored in the 9th minute, but they lost that game. So all to play for here. Zivkovic puts in a good-looking ball to the far post. Good header away. It'll fall to Kostic. He lays it back to Tadic, who left-footed spoons it over the crossbar. Another Serbian chance goes begging. They've really got to be hitting the target from there.
All come from a mistake from Cameroon. Again, giving the ball away. But nice play. But when that ball just falls to Tadic after the initial cross, it's just behind him. You know, the pass, you've got to be better. It has to be better. Lay it into the path of Tadic. Work it onto his left foot so he can get his strike away. He's leaning back in the end. He looks across to Kostic to say, look, just play the ball back to me a little bit slower so you give me the opportunity to get that strike in.
Well, it would have been offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted in the end, but the mechanics are still right. That was a chance, and they need to be better. Ball given away on halfway line. Here's Milinkovic-Savic. That's a nice ball. Tadic is going to chase it, and Kulu will go across to the right-hand side of his defence to try and stop Tadic, who's trying to work his way to the corner flag. He's outnumbered at the moment, but they work it nicely, Serbia. They've got bodies in around the edge of the box, but once again it's given away. It's sloppy from Serbia, but they're going to get another chance. Cameroon don't quite clear their lines. Here they have it down the left now, looking to work it into the edge of the area. Calling for the ball is Milenkovic. He tries to feed it to Mitrovic, and it should be cleared away by Karl Toko Ekambi, and he just thumps it away as far away from his own goal as he can. And Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, the Serbian keeper, comes out to collect it deep inside his own half. Still 1-0 Cameroon.
Better from Serbia, playing the ball around Cameroon's 18-yard area. Milinkovic just couldn't quite get that final ball into the feet of Mitrovic, who had his back towards goal, but now starting to have a lot of possession. You can see Cameroon got everybody behind the ball, trying to make it difficult. They know backs against the wall over the last couple of minutes. Well, if that happens, Mark, you've got to try and get everybody behind it, make it difficult for Serbia to break you down, and let them come up with the quality, because they're chasing the game at the minute.
Serbia coming forward now. They've worked it down the left-hand side. Can they produce a cross? Whipped in, and well, Mitrovic was on his heels there, and that ball was thumped away from him and up towards halfway. But Cameroon at the moment cannot get out of their own half. Pavlovic has it. He offloads it. Here now is Nikola Milenkovic. Everybody pushing forward. Lukic gets it away to Maksimovic. But Cameroon have got bodies back and just making Serbia be patient here, but just signs they're getting frustrated, Serbia, because they're getting chances here. And I think Mitrovic has got to be more alert here, Mickey, with this ball in.
You were right, Mark. He was flat-footed as that ball comes in from Kostic on this left-hand side. Does really well, keeps it low. Mitrovic there on his back foot, and it just gives the Cameroon defenders an opportunity to just clear the lines. And Kulu, Castelletto, the two centre-halves in decent positions. And as a defender, you've just got to think, first and foremost, I'm not going to give my forwards an opportunity to get a strike on goal if I need to clear my lines. Doesn't look pretty, but it's effective.
Vanja Milinkovic-Savic just slides across to prevent another corner. It was from an unnecessary corner that Serbia gave away, that the first goal came to Jean-Charles Castellato. And it's 1-0 to Cameroon. Mitrovic hit the post early on for Serbia. And now they're looking at getting again down that left-hand side. And this time the defence holds firm. They're just starting to look a little bit open down there. It's the Cameroon right-hand side, isn't it? They look gettable down there.
Yeah, they certainly do. And it's Kostic, forever the willing runner down that left-hand side. Loves to get in the opposition's half. He showed real good signs and a couple of decent balls into the box, but Cameroon have got to try and work themselves over to that right-hand side to try and stop that overlap and run.
Now the ball won high up the field here. Koundé drives forward. It's 4-on-3. He's going to have a shot. Keeper saves it straight back to Koundé and he's slammed it wide. Big chance there for Pierre Koundé. The first shot was beaten away, but the second one was blazed wide.
Well, I think again this time, I think it's Maksimovic in that midfield area giving the ball away, but Koundé is in a perfect position, works the ball into the 18-yard area, just need to try and get a bit more of an angle on it, keeps it low, makes the goalkeeper make a save, but the second time it comes back to him, has he rushed it a little bit? He had two Cameroon players waiting in the 18-yard area, just for that little pull back, rush of blood, tries to get his strike away second time. Gets it completely wrong.
Oh, sin again there, Cameroon. Some who Choupo-Moting who tried to play in Toko Ekambi. And the ball played forward here, but chested down by Nuhutolo. And he goes back to Nkulu, goes back to his goalkeeper, who's not had an awful lot to do. Cameroon leading by a goal to nil. 44 approaching on the clock here. There will be significant added on time as Mbumo just rather rashly tried to play the ball first time when he could have brought that down and had a touch, but Cameroon, well, they're looking likely to add to their goal tally here. They come down the left-hand side again and Gisa gets it away. Ball picked up by Hongla. It's Koundé. I think he's been good, Koundé, and he certainly looks to win it high up the field, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can see why he's been brought into the side. He's got energy to burn in that midfield area, box-to-box midfield player. He's had chances in this game. Everything seems to be played down Cameroon's right-hand side and Serbia's left-hand side. We've hardly really mentioned the left-hand side. I think Tolo's been involved in the game on a couple of occasions, but not really in an attacking sense.
Choupo-Moting brings it down just inside his own half, but he's given it away. The referee's going to blow up here for a free kick. And this is going to be a late chance in the final few seconds of the opening 45. Hongla it was, who just brought down the Serbian midfielder. And it's a free kick and a chance here for Serbia to put some bodies in the box.
Well, Hongla looking to the ground there, hoping he was going to get away with one. The referee was right on the spot. And again, this will be an absolute nightmare if Serbia can get an equaliser just before half-time. Team talk will completely change. Gives Tadic with that wonderful left foot.
Yeah.
Chance to put the ball into the area.
6 added on minutes here, Mickey, so plenty of time. We expected that might be the case. They've split left and right. Ball floated towards a penalty spot. Free header and buried into the back of the net. Strahinja Pavlovic with the header. Unmarked. Curled it beautifully into the far corner. Goalkeeper no chance. It's all level. Cameroon 1, Serbia 1.
Well, you give mistakes and fouls away in dangerous areas when you've got the quality of somebody like Tadic on the football pitch. You know he's going to put quality into the area. I said it will be an absolute nightmare to concede an equalising goal on the stroke of half-time. Those added minutes. And Pavlovic is not going to miss from there. Look, there's not a lot of pace on the cross, I have to admit. He's got to make that pace himself with the header. Boy, does he do that. As that ball comes into the centre of the 18-yard area, just gets in behind Choupo-Moting, and he just guides it towards that far corner. Gives Mpase absolutely no chance. It's a great header, and what a finish that is.
You knew from the second it left his forehead it was going in. The keeper had no chance, and that foul did lead to an equaliser. Cameroon 1, Serbia 1, and we're in the 6 added on minutes here at the end of the first half. Well, you said, Mickey Gray, the big goals. And there have been, ironically, both from set pieces.
Yeah, and mistakes at the beginning of both of the goals, Mark. You can just see it. The game is so open. He just needs that bit of quality. That's why I can sense goals.
Here's Mitrovic, puts in a good cross. He wouldn't have minded being on the end of that one. As it is, it's cleared away. But he's won it back. He'll go out for a throw-in, but Mitrovic wins it. Nu's not happy at all. Pavlovic with a header then. 1-1 here. Rigobert Song looks frustrated. That was such a preventable goal. Zivkovic with a throw-in. He's looking to propel it long into the penalty area. Right into the 6-yard box it goes. It almost fell on the volley for Tadic, but it's cleared away from him. And Koundé now will look to get Cameroon going. It'll be interesting how Cameroon's confidence is affected by that leveller.
Yeah, why I sense goals, Mark, and I think Mitrovic is going to have a say in this game. Anytime that ball comes into the Cameroon area, he just looks like he's trying to get in between the centre halves. He's won a couple of headers in this first 45 minutes, and I can see goals from him.
Here's Zivkovic, gets it away, checks for the shot. It's 2-1. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic curls it in from the edge of the area. Serbia scored twice in added on time at the end of the first half, and this game has turned around inside 2 minutes. Cameroon 1, Serbia 2.
Oh my goodness, this is an absolute nightmare end to the first half for Cameroon. Giving the ball away yet again. It's been so sloppy. All the Cameroon players are going surrounding each other, having a conversation to say, what are we doing, guys? And all that energy has just been sapped out of the stadium, sapped out of the players. And Milinkovic-Savic is not going to miss as that ball comes into the area. He's just waiting for the ball to settle itself down, but just clear your lines. That's what they have to do, Cameroon. But as it falls to him, nobody within 2 or 3 yards, just curls it into the near post with his left foot. What a finish, and what an end to the first 45 minutes for Serbia.
Should the keeper have saved that?
I think you're looking at that as that's coming across to his right hand side. He knows the shot's coming in. Look, he gets a full hand on it. It bounces over the top of it there, and Passy said he's not really had too much to do, albeit he's been involved in the game a little bit, but maybe that's why he's the number 2 goalkeeper, because as he's stretching over there, he's got to make the save. We'll take nothing away from the finish. Milinkovic-Savic, he won't care what the goalkeeper's done. He's on the score sheet.
2 minutes 28 seconds between the 2 goals for Serbia. Well, we said there was going to be plenty of added on time, and Serbia has certainly taken full advantage. Dragan Stojkovic just sat down, looked too panicked in his dugout. Rigobert Song, his head just slumped down to look towards the floor when that goal went in. 2-1 Serbia lead, and you get the feeling there will be more goals in this game. Cameroon have it in the centre circle. Can they strike back? No, they've given it away again, and here now comes Tadic, and it's 3-on-3. Tries to play in Mitrovic, edge of the area. Mitrovic onto his right foot, shot deflected just wide. Another big Serbian chance.
Yeah, brilliant chance again. Mistake in that midfield area. Tadic, very clever. Gets a bit of fortune actually with the pass, but when it falls to Mitrovic, I mean, he's got Kostic out on the left-hand side, but as a centre-forward, you're not going to pass that ball. What I was surprised about was it didn't look the best of angles with his right foot. I thought he was just going to chop it back onto his left foot and get his strike away. But a centre-forward in the World Cup, looking to score his first goal of the tournament.
Ball whipped in here. Referee's blown his whistle. The Cameroon player went down. I think he's going to deem that happened before the ball came into play. So I think they might get a chance to take this against Serbia. There's protests and gesticulations from both sides here. It was Pavlovic who, the man who was, I think, being called out by the referee, but they might get a free chance at Cameroon here. Well, we've got the boxing on Saturday night. I think if this was a boxing match, the referee would be stepping in here to stop Cameroon from any further damage, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think they'd have stopped this contest, Mark, wouldn't they? Because the last 5 minutes, I mean, where has that come from?
Well, here is the corner, whipped in towards the 6-yard box, headed away, falls to the edge of the area, side-footed towards goal. Wasn't the best strike from Sasa Lukic, and now Cameroon are looking to break away. Cameroon with the ball over the top. The keeper's going to race out to get it. He's come a long way, and he's got lucky there. I think Karl Toko Ekambi's got to be a bit stronger, and he had Milinkovic-Savic, the goalkeeper, in all sorts of trouble there.
Well, Mark, as a forward player, Ekambi has got to put more pressure on the goalkeeper Milinkovic-Savic there, because that is a real problem. He comes out of his 18-yard area, he thinks the ball's going to float in, and it's a simple catch. When it doesn't get there, Ekambi He's got to do better. It's too easy for the goalkeeper to clear his lines.
We've just had another substitute booked as well, this time for Serbia. I think it's Luka Jovic, the Fiorentina man. They all ran onto the field when the goal went in. I'm sure he's been booked for that. But Cameroon have got a corner into the 8th minute, a minimum of 6 added on. Cameroon have got a chance. Well, they scored from a corner from this side of the ground. It's going to be Koundé again to whip it in. Is there late salvation at the end of the first half for Cameroon? Not this time. Ball is headed away. Referee has a look at his watch and will blow the half-time whistle. That is it. What a first half it has been. It's been exciting. There's been a lot of errors, but it's added to the entertainment. Mitrovic came close on 10 minutes. Into the area, moved it onto his left foot from a tight angle. He curled the ball round the keeper, but it crashed off the post and away to safety. But then the opening goal came courtesy of a Cameroon corner that was given away so needlessly by Serbia after Zivkovic with a ball back to his keeper went behind for a corner. That corner was whipped in, flicked on by Nkulu, and there was Jean-Charles Castelletto to score his first ever goal for Cameroon. That put them 1-0 up, and Cameroon had a couple of chances either side of that to maybe add another goal, but in first half added on injury time they were made to play. Free kick 30 yards out. Tadic curled the ball in. Pavlovic headed in unmarked to make it 1-1, and then just 2 minutes later Sergej Milinkovic-Savic from the edge of the area curled a shot past Davis Ipase to mean at half-time Cameroon 1, Serbia 2. Mickey Gray, what a turnaround into that first half.
Well, it's a nightmare. As a player, as a Cameroon player, they're now walking into that dressing room absolutely devastated. They've done the right thing. They've got themselves in front. Wonderful flicked corner and a simple tap in for Castelletto. He's not going to miss from there. But those last 4 or 5 minutes of that first half have completely flipped this game around. 2 really nice finishes. Pavlovic with a header, wonderful header, great ball into the area from Tadic. But then Milinkovic-Savic with his left foot. You're right, the goalkeeper should have done better, but they won't care. Going into that dressing room now in the second half, coming out full of confidence, knowing that all they have to do is hang on to pick up these 3 points. But there's going to be more goals in this game, Mark. There's so many scrappy mistakes.
Yeah, it is going to be a very, very interesting second half to come, and we'll have it all live right here on TalkSport 2. But it's half-time at the Al Janoud Stadium in Al Wakra. Goals are plenty. What a start to the day it's been. Cameroon 1, Serbia 2.
Game Day live on TalkSport 2, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
With the biggest range of cars to buy entirely online, it's no wonder everyone's cinching it. Talk us through it, Deck.
Yeah, I knew we were on track to bring it home, but for free? Didn't see that coming.
Luke.
Yeah, coming away with a 14-day money-back guarantee. Unbelievable.
Anything to add, Steve?
At the end of the day, the lads really cinched it. Perfect delivery with no unexpected charges. I'm ecstatic.
With so many great reasons to buy, the nation aren't just nailing it, they're cinching it. Comparison against equivalent retailers. Visit cinch.co.uk/range claim. Mileage and delivery restrictions and terms apply.
I love Christmas carols and power tools. Listen to this. On the first day of Christmas, Ryobi gave to me a whole new starter kit and a power tool for free. Buy any Ryobi 1 Plus Christmas starter kit costing over $109.99, like a combi drill, torch, 2 2-amp-hour batteries and charger, and get another power tool totally free. Buy online at ryobitools.co.uk/Christmas or sledge into a participating retailer today. Terms and conditions apply. Ho, ho, ho!
Being a tradie is great. It feels good to build something. But there's more to life than work, you know? I wanted to get out and do more on the weekend. That's why I moved to Western Australia. To wet a line or two.
I think you're on, mate.
And build a life for myself. Search Build a Life in WA to learn more about a life in Western Australia. Authorised by the Government of Western Australia, Perth.
Right, kids, I need to stop at the BP. No messing about, let's get in and out.
Mum, can I have some what's-its? And Cadbury snowballs?
You know, if you buy those, you get 10p off every litre of fuel.
Oh, treats all round then.
Yeah!
Pick any 2 items like assorted snacks or Wild Bean Cafe hot drinks at your local BP for 10p off every litre of fuel. BP, here for all of life's journeys. T's and C's apply. Subject to availability. Selected stores only. For more details, see bp.co.uk/latest offers.
An 8-unit kitchen for just £699 ex-VAT, including cabinets, frontals, plinths, handles, taps, and even the kitchen sink. No wonder they say Howdens is bang on the money. Choose from our best value kitchens at prices that won't be beaten. And with everything supplied locally from stock, you save on time as well as the price. So get down to your local Howdens. They're bang on the money. Trade customers only. Price excludes VAT at 20%. Price promise at howdens.com. Excludes online-only competitors.
More than one, maybe 2 types of cupboard.
You can't choose who's allowed in the pub, which means you can't stop that annoying bloke from getting in or talking to you about his new kitchen for 90 minutes,
White cabinets.
forcing you to miss the entire match.
I wanted this shiny one, she wanted this.
Enjoy 100% of the game at home with a Rustler's burger made with 100% British and Irish beef. Give yourself the chance to win the ultimate football party by bringing it home with Rustler's.
Mae fy nghefnither myfanwy yn dal I ddal record y byd am fynychu'r nifer fwyaf o gyngherddau Gorky Zygotic Monkey.
She said her cousin Mafanwi still holds the world record for attending the most Gorky Zygotic Monkey concerts. Or something like that, probably.
Mae Gareth Bale yn dduw pêl-droed, ac mae Cymru'n mynd I rhoi crasfa cwpan y byd go iawn i'r Saeson yn Qatar ar nos Fawrth.
She said Gareth Bale is a footballing god and Wales are going to give England a right good World Cup hiding in Qatar on Tuesday night. Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
Hear full uninterrupted coverage of England versus Wales
Tomorrow night from 5
on Talk Sport.
TalkSport 2, the very best from the Middle East. World Cup Game Day live on TalkSport 2.
He might have a chance of a shot. Here goes, hits the post. Left-footed curling shot from Mitrovic. The keeper was beaten. It hit the post and bounced to safety. The clearance might bounce to Mitrovic down. He's put it wide from 10 yards out. It's Cameroon who are going to whip the ball in. Flicked on and it's a chance. And it's turned in at the far post. Castelletto it is. They split left and right. Ball floated towards a penalty spot. Free header and buried into the back of the net. Strahinja Pavlovic with the header. Here's Zivkovic, gets it away, checks for the shot, it's 2-1! Sergei Milinkovic-Savic curls it in from the edge of the area. Serbia scored twice in added on time at the end of the first half. So half-time at the Al Janoub Stadium, the first of 4 across the TalkSport network. It's Cameroon 1, Serbia 2, and you get the feeling there might be a few more goals to come. Don't forget, coming up this afternoon, more live World Cup action and an added bonus on TalkSport 2 tonight, 7 o'clock this evening. We will have the FA Cup third round draw. So that's one. If you got the app, you can swipe left and right between TalkSport and TalkSport 2. You'll catch that third round draw. The domestic football will be back. Don't forget, when the Premier League is back after Christmas, Boxing Day onwards, those first 10 fixtures will be live and exclusive across the TalkSport network. You need the TalkSport app so you don't miss any of the action. Right, let's get our pundit predictions with EE Full Fibre Broadband.
Pundit predictions on TalkSport 2, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
Another 3 games following this one, Mickey Gray. South Korea, Ghana live on TalkSport from 1. Brazil, Switzerland live on TalkSport at 4 o'clock. We round off the day. Portugal against Uruguay, 7 o'clock. Live on TalkSport. What's catching your eye this afternoon?
Well, I think whenever Brazil come to the World Cup when they play, I think that's certainly one to look out for, isn't it, Mark? Whether Neymar's going to be playing, it probably won't be. I still think that they've got enough to win that game, but it's going to be hard against a Swiss side who are very solid, as we know, and organised. So that's certainly one that I'll be keeping an eye out for today.
And Portugal against Uruguay. Uruguay were really disappointing, weren't they, in their opening game?
They were.
They could do with a win, really, against Portugal.
Yeah, without a doubt. Portugal, albeit they're convincing in the end, the win 3-2, but mistakes in a big shock at the end of that one with the goalkeeper making mistakes could have been an absolute nightmare. But again, Ronaldo playing, can he add to his tally of World Cup goals? Uruguay certainly need to do something more in the final third because they were really poor.
Yeah, they were indeed. Those were our pundit predictions with the Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
Pundit predictions on TalkSport 2, presented by EE Full Fibre Broadband, powered by BT.
What a start to the day we have had. Cameroon in front, a lovely well-worked corner piece, the near post flick on, Castelletto tucked it in, but as we did say, last time Cameroon led at a World Cup was back in 2010. They went on to lose that game. You get the feeling they might be going on to lose this one, and Mexico's record might be getting equal. Could be a 9th successive World Cup finals defeat for Cameroon.
Yeah, it's not a record you want, is it? Certainly in the World Cup. But it's all down to the individuals, Mark. You know, we talked about how many mistakes the Cameroon players were making just in front of their own 18-yard box as well, and that's where goals tend to come from. And it was certainly the case. Foul for the first one, great ball into the area from Tadic, who looked really lively, I have to say, in that first 45 minutes. But Pavlovic, super header, give the keeper absolutely no chance. But the second one, you have to say, is it a mistake from Mpassi in that Cameroon goal for the Milenkovic-Savic goal with his left foot? But it's going to be flat in that dressing room. It's up to the manager, Rigobert Song, to have a word with his players, to build them back up in the second half, just to say, look, there's going to be chances. As the game goes on, it's going to open up. Have we got the quality to break them down yet again, get ourselves back on level terms? And there's a long way to go, let's not forget. A long way to go in this game to turn it around themselves if they want to. But we know that Serbia are going to create chances themselves. And I'll say it again, I think it's there for Mitrovic. There's so many chances when they get the ball in those wide areas. If Mitrovic can get away from his markers, I can see him getting his first goal in this tournament.
Yeah, we will see. You get the feeling he's going to get some more chances. At the other end of the field, Cameroon, their front three, well, actually, I'll say two of their front three, because I think Mbeumo out wide on the right has been effective.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Choupo-Moting and I'm looking on the near side at Toko Ekambi, and I'm not seeing enough from them, Mickey.
No, and I think it was Ekambi who was actually running through when the Serbian goalkeeper came out of his 18-yard area. I mean, you've got to put more pressure on him. We're talking about the World Cup here. Don't give a goalkeeper the opportunity to come out of his box, chest the ball down and clear your lines. Put pressure on him. You have to get involved in the game a little bit more. I know Choupo-Moting was involved in the goal for Cameroon with that wonderful flick on at the near post. But other than that, you know, I'm scratching my head to think, you know, you need to be involved in the game a little bit more. I think he got took off in the first game, and it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't start the second half a little bit better. That'll be getting dragged off again.
So much football. You might be missing your Hawksby and Jacobs fix. Well, the only place you're going to get to hear Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs over the first few weeks of the World Cup is their new daily podcast, H&J Back Home, available every morning from wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to H&J Back Home right now to make sure you don't miss a second of Paul and Andy's take on the World Cup. Knowing those two, it's sure to be eventful and full of laughs as well along the way. And a reminder, on Saturday night we've got live boxing. Saturday live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Fury against Chisora 3, the trilogy fight. And join our top boxing coverage, headed as always by Adam Cattrall and the team. They're live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday night for that one. Will Fury retain his heavyweight title, or will Derek Chisora make it third time lucky? We will find out. I think we're going to get some more goals here though. Cameroon 1, Serbia 2 is the half-time scoreline. South Korea, Ghana coming up at 1. 4 o'clock start for Brazil against Switzerland, and then it's Portugal against Uruguay to round off the day. And then, if you like, Mickey, tomorrow is where the real fun starts, because we do start to see the groups concluding. And looking at the games tomorrow, obviously Wales against England is one that really catches the eye. 7 o'clock start for that, but Iran-USA will be a decent game on TalkSport 2 tomorrow night as well, because either of them two could be in the knockout stage.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. I think we're obviously looking forward to that Wales-England game. I think Wales need to score 4 goals. I don't think anybody really sees that happening, but the USA, really impressive against England. Thought quite unfortunate not to go on and actually win the game. Their energy levels were absolutely superb, but this Iranian team know what's in front of them. It's win or bust. They showed some character, didn't they, Iran, to bounce back, because they got, England gave them a beating, didn't they, in game one, and they came back. I thought we were very good against Wales. Yeah, and they took the goals at the end of the game. Obviously Wales down to 10 men after that sending off for Wayne Hennessy, but you still have to go on, you still have to win the match. That's what they did. The first strike was a very good strike outside of the box, And then after that, you can just see the tired legs of Wales. They've tried to rely on the experienced players, and let's be honest with you, it's not really worked for them. I think we now need to start to see that next generation of Welsh players starting to break through, because your Ramseys, your Bales, Joe Allen of the world, I think probably their time's up. And I think moving forward, Robert Page has probably got to have a look at that squad and think, right, okay, time to readdress things.
Yeah. Busy day tomorrow. 2 games live at 3. Ecuador, Senegal is probably the big one. Netherlands taking on Qatar. You can only really see one outcome from that. All that to come tomorrow. Well, there'll still be 4 games a day, but only 2 kickoff times. So you need that TalkSport app. You can swipe left and right between TalkSport and TalkSport 2. It's free. It's available in all the usual places. And when you open the app, click on the live sport icon at the bottom, and it'll tell you where all the games are and how you listen. It really is simple to use. So, teams coming out for the second half. I wonder if we'll get any changes from the 2 managers ahead of this one. See Pavlovic, whose header levelled it up. It was a great header as well. He was unmarked, Mickey, but he couldn't have walked up to the goal and placed it any better.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. You have to think as well as that ball comes into the area, there's a lot of bodies in there, but Pavlovic, he stayed calm. He was calmer than everybody. And the direction that he's got on the header, I mean, he gives the keeper absolutely no chance. Teams have just come out for the second half, Mark. I wanted to see the Cameroon players walked out as if they were walking down to the beach. You know, they're like chilled out. I know they're chilled out anyway, but if you want to try and get yourself back into the game, obviously still feeling a little bit flat and let down at the end of that first half, but come on, show a bit of life.
Yeah. Referee just waiting to get back underway here. He was just waiting for one of the Cameroon players to get back into position. He was over on the far side. It was Nuhu Tolo he was waiting for. No changes of yet here. Rigobert Song going to let this play out as we await the restart of this game. The first of 4 today. Can Cameroon turn it around, or are they staying a record 9 successive World Cup finals defeat firmly in the face? Serbia know with a win here they would go into their game with Switzerland with every chance of qualifying for the last 16. 2-1 Serbia leads. Can Cameroon turn it around, Mickey Gray?
Well, if it's not making mistakes, there's every chance. Talk about those forward players that they've got to step up to the plate. It can be, and Choupo-Moting has got to show us a little bit more in his second half. But as we mentioned before, Mark, when you're chasing a game, that's when gaps are created. And the Serbian players will be waiting for that to try and capitalise on it, to try and extend the lead that they already have.
Mitrovic trying to get the ball out wide on the left, but Fly cleared it away, and it's out for a throw-in to Serbia. Kostic will take it down this near side, and he throws it down the line. In fact, was that a foul throw? I think he's given a free kick, hasn't he, against Tadic for a bit of wrestling as the ball came into play.
Yeah, he was a live wire in the first half, Tadic, getting into those little pockets in between the midfield and the defence of Cameroon. And he's very clever when he's on the half turn, starting to drive at this back line of Cameroon. He's got a wonderful left foot, as we saw for the free kick and the first goal, the equalising goal for Serbia. And he'll be wanting to improve on his game in the second 45 minutes, because we know he's got the quality to do so.
Yeah, just run you through the 2 lineups then. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic in goal for Serbia. Back 3 of Milenkovic, Veljkovic and Pavlovic. It's Zivkovic, Lukic, Maksimovic and Kostic across the middle, with Tadic and Milinkovic-Savic either side of Aleksandar Mitrovic, who leads the Serbian line. What about Cameroon then? Davis Apase is the goalkeeper. A back 4 of Fai, Castelletto and Kulu and Tolo. It's Hongla, Kunde and Anguissa in the middle. Toko Ekambi and Mbumo up alongside Choupo-Moting up top for Cameroon, who led for around about 16 minutes in that first half after Jean-Charles Castelletto's first goal for Cameroon tapped in from close range to give them the lead. But Pavlovic and Milinkovic-Savic goals turned it around, and here comes Serbia again now, looking to work the ball out wide, but the pass just overhit. And, well, they're getting plenty of cheap ball inside the Cameroon half, but as yet they've not done anything with it.
Yeah, Choupo-Moting again coming into his own half. playing the ball into Mbuemo. Simple little 5-yard pass just inside, gets it completely wrong. And then, as we saw in the first 45 minutes, gives Serbia the opportunity to break forward, making a mistake themselves.
Here now come Cameroon. Here's Mbuemo now. He looks to cut in on that left foot. He tried to play it in down the side for Toko Ekambi, who was then dispossessed, and Serbia cleared the ball up towards halfway, but that was better from Cameroon. And they're trying to win it high up the field again. And they're putting pressure here on Milinkovic-Savic, who just strides through Choupo-Moting's tackle and gets the ball away to Kostic. Kostic down the left. Got white shirts alongside him, feeds it in, wants the return ball back. Kostic in on goal, tries to square it, looking for Mitrovic, and Cameroon clear it away. But I think the offside flag would have gone up anyway against Kostic, but that was a nice move.
Yeah, Kostic's, he's full of energy, isn't he? Loves breaking forward down this left-hand side. Little give and go, keeps his run going. Just about in an offside position, but love to see that. The full-back getting in the opposition's half there, using his pace. His energy levels have been absolutely top drawer in the game so far.
Ball given away and won by Serbia, and here's Milinkovic-Savic, lets the ball run through, poked in here now, a chance for Tadic into the area, needs to keep hold of it, squares it away, Milinkovic-Savic with a shot that's blocked. And again the offside flag's gone up, this time against Tadic. He's no need to be offside there, he was the player nearest the touchline. He's looking across the line and he's just wandered into an offside position, but that's another good Serbian chance.
Nice play, just outside the 18-yard area there, a couple of little give and goes.
Tell you what, that's tight, isn't it?
It's the arm, isn't it? I think the sleeve of the arm mark's probably in an offside position, but other than that, it's Serbia now. They're getting in behind Cameroon's midfield too easily whenever they break forward, and they're committing bodies forward, which I like to see as well. They're not settling for the 2-1. His Cameroon side. I mentioned it as they come out at half time, they just looked at body language is terrible, really flat.
Well, you mentioned it when the goal went in that put Serbia 2-1 up. Rigobert Song, his reaction, he just slumped, didn't he? As if to say, here we go again. More World Cup disappointment for Cameroon as it stands. Still time to turn it around, but they need opportunities, and at the moment Serbia are just starting to get more of the ball. They've had 44% of it, 38%, 39% now for Cameroon, and in contest 17%. And Serbia just happy to play keep ball now, and I think if they're patient and tidy about their work, Mickey, I almost feel the chances will present themselves, won't they?
Completely agree with you. But how disappointing is it if you're a Cameroon player, you think to yourself, all that hard work, you're trying to qualify for a World Cup, don't leave anything behind. Give everything you've got to get back in the game.
Well, there's a chance over on the far side, but that was good defending from Nulu Tolo. Chased back, and Zivkovic looked to outpace him. They went shoulder to shoulder, and the referee blows the whistle in favour of Cameroon. 6 minutes into the second half, still lead by 2-1, and Ipassi was almost caught in possession there, but he plays it long. Ball is won back by Maksimovic. Now the ball over the top, Tadic with a flick. He was looking for Mitrovic, who again was just a little bit slow there to react, the big centre forward.
Good play, clever play from Tadic, knowing exactly where Mitrovic was. Again, flat-footed.
Good run forward there from Mbuemo. Maybe just got his knee caught in the Milinkovic tackle there. He's up on all fours at the moment, hauls himself to his feet. I think he's been an outlet for him. They just need to get him the ball more.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been the live wire of the front three. Choupo-Moting not really got into the game. It can be. Been really poor. But Milinkovic there, absolutely outstanding challenge from the centre half there. Working across to his right-hand side. Had to time that perfectly. He certainly did so.
Yeah, Pierre Koundé with the throw-in, gets it back wide on the right. Can he deliver a good ball in? He does deliver a good ball in, bouncing around and volleyed away at the far post by Serbia. Mitrovic is beaten in the air, but Serbia will pick up the pieces. That's not a great ball in. And Vlahovic will just clear it away. Anyway, we'll do up towards the halfway line, where Tadic had a bit of a wrestle again with far this near side, but it's out for a throw into Cameroon.
Yeah, these mistakes have got to stop for Cameroon. Giving the ball away.
Well, they've just done it again, and there could be trouble here because Mitrovic is closing in on goal, 30 yards out. Gets it away here to Kostic, pulls it back. Lovely pass here, big chance for 3-1. Square to Mitrovic, who rolls it in. Well, they walked it into the net, and Alexander Mitrovic has got his first goal at the World Cup 2022, and Serbia heading for their first win. They lead Cameroon by 3-1.
Well, it's a nightmare start to the second half for Cameroon, but they've only got themselves to blame. Giving the ball away yet again. It's super play from the forward players from Serbia. Looked like they had 2 opportunities to stick that ball in the back of the net. They were so patient. And when that ball just falls to Mitrovic, 7 or 8 yards out, with his right foot, just needs to direct it towards goal. It's going to find the back of the net. We said he'd have a say in this game. Well, he's certainly done that now, and it's backs against the wall for Cameroon and a mountain to climb to get back into this game.
Ball given away. Mitrovic gets it away to Kostic. He pulled it back. Then Milinkovic-Savic with a great ball. You think the shot's coming in on the far side from Zivkovic, and instead of shooting, he just rolls it across the goal. And Mitrovic, well, they couldn't have presented him with a better opportunity if they'd tried.
Well, Mark, as team goals go, I don't know if we've seen a better one in the World Cup so far. It's great play around the edge of the 18-yard area. When you're watching the build-up, you're thinking to yourself in your head, just shoot, but no, they were patient, and it's fantastic. Mitrovic, man on form, scoring bags of goals. He's had a couple of chances in the first half, but he is not going to miss that. It's a great finish, but what a move to get their third goal in this game.
3-1, 9 minutes into the second half, and Cameroon's wait for a World Cup win looks destined to go on. And with them facing Brazil in their final game, you'd be surprised if they get it at this World Cup. Serbia, though, look hungry for goals, and they've got 3 of them already. And now the changes will take place. Hongla makes way. On in his place is Vincent Aboubakar, who is the top scorer in this Cameroon squad. 33 and 92 for him. Plies his trade with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia now, Aboubakar, but he is into the action for Hongla.
Well, they needed to do something, Cameroon. I think the biggest surprise is they didn't do anything at half-time, because it clearly wasn't happening for them. But Hongla's not really got himself into the game, to be honest with you. It's been really poor from him. It gives Aboubakar a chance in that midfield area. Whether he's pushed into a more advanced position, we're yet to find out. But the goal, conceding a goal 7 minutes into the second half, is the last thing that Cameroon wanted to do. I said their body language, they looked flat when they came out, as if they kind of given up the game. But it was so poor. But brilliant play from Serbia around the edge of that 18-yard area, and the finish was simple for Mitrovic, but all the hard work was done before he had to stick the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, and there is a change as well for Serbia. The goal scorer Strahinja Pavlovic has made way, and we've got another Mitrovic into the action for Serbia in his place. As we'll just await here, Cameroon have got a free kick. They're going to whip it into the area, and Choupo-Moting got in behind, but he couldn't just stretch and get a touch on it. He was unmarked. That was a big chance, but he couldn't turn it into the goal.
Oh, what a ball from Mbeumo over on this right-hand side. A lot of pace, it's whipping in. Choupo-Moting does the best thing. He gets away from his marker, but he's just stretching. He can't quite reach that ball there, but it's better from Cameroon. Maybe that third goal from Serbia has just livened them up a little bit. Absolutely great ball into the box there. Choupo-Moting just stretching, couldn't quite get it.
3-1, and it's Stefan Mitrovic of Etaffe that comes on, his 36th cap for Serbia, who are looking for more goals. Down the left-hand side they go. Here now, Milinkovic-Savic squares it off to Alexander Mitrovic. Tadic tried to feed him through again, and maybe that just was a little bit too tight on that occasion.
It just fell to his wrong foot there. Tadic's right foot just tried to play a little intricate pass through to Mitrovic again. He was still a little bit flat-footed for my liking, but talked about those gaps, creating gaps, because the game's so open at the moment. Cameroon have got to try and get themselves back into the game, and in doing so, there's going to be chances.
Yeah, well, his thigh brings it forward. Mbeumo wins a throwing off Kostic, who's been busy up and down this left-hand side. They're a threat, aren't they, going forward, Serbia? They're going to be a tough opponent, whoever they come up against, if they make it through the latter stages of this World Cup.
Well, Mark, I think with the guile of Tadic, the finishing qualities of Mitrovic, Milinkovic, Savic, Kostic, certainly down this left-hand side, who I've been really impressed with. They're a threat, and no centre-half in this competition has want to come up and play against Mitrovic with the physicality that he's got and the threat he is in the air.
Ball now working its way down the Cameroon right. Early ball in, too early really there from Collins Fay. He could have run into space in front of him. He put it in too early, and we can criticise Choupo-Moting, but he's got no chance of getting on the end of that, has he?
Absolutely not. Fay's got to be better. He's got to read the situation. He had so much time just to run that towards the byline and then pull a ball back. But that early ball into the box, when you're Choupo-Moting, you're not really ready for it.
Here is Kostic down the left-hand side. Tadic, who's starting to enjoy the freedom now. He's just popping up here, there and everywhere at the moment. And Serbia, who scored with all three of their shots on target. You get the feeling they might get a few more of those as well. They lead by 3-1. Matt Wilson with the former England and Sunderland man Mickey Gray here on TalkSport 2, the first of 4 on the TalkSport network today, as Tadic gambles. Ball is headed away. I think the referee felt that maybe Tadic just ran into the defender there rather than letting him head the ball away cleanly.
I don't think he's going to get away with that one, is he, Tadic, certainly in this World Cup. Just a little barge before Cameroon tried to clear the lines. Tried to play clever, really, thinking that he wasn't involved in making the challenge, but any contact, as we've seen, referees get that whistle to the mouth.
Well, it's the first time in Serbian national history they've scored 3 goals in a World Cup game. They might be about to make it 4 here. Cross comes into a 3, white shirts waiting on the edge of the area, and it was a last-ditch foot that stopped it. And now going forward, here is a chance here. Boubacar on the right edge of the area, he weaves his way past 1, past 2, tries to get the shot away. Choupo-Moting was in a good place. It falls for Mbeumo. He's pushed wide. Can he turn and Perouet? He does. Stands it up to the 6-yard box, headed away. That was